Hello friends, let's study a new poem today. Snake. This poem is written by D.H. Lawrence. The poem Snake by D.H. Lawrence revolves around the principle of peaceful coexistence. It tells the story of a snake that comes to drink water from trough. On one hand, the poet is in great admiration for the snake, while on the other hand, he wants to kill him. The snake, rather than evoking a sense of mortal fear in the poet's mind, arouses his curiosity. The poet speaks about his wonderful experience with a snake. It was a hot day and he was feeling thirsty. So he came to his water trough to get some drinking water in his pitcher. He saw a snake in the shade of a distinctly scented carob tree. The snake had come to his water trough to drink water as the weather was very hot. The poet was wearing loose trousers called pajamas. The poet further describes that he came down the steps and had to wait because the snake came before him to drink water. The snake had come down from a crack in the earth wall, trailed its loose yellow-brown colored belly on the edge of the stormy water trough. The poet reveals the beauty of the snake and its activities in a natural and beautiful manner. These lines show that the poet can observe the creations of nature and God in depth. The snake sipped the water. The poet felt an obligation to stand and wait for the snake because it was there before him. Explanation of this poem. The poet describes the snake in a unique way. The snake lifted its head from the water much like cows and buffaloes typically lift their head every now and then while drinking water. The snake looked vaguely at the poet. It moved its forked tongue around lips, thought for a moment and bent down again to drink a little more water. The earth, brown or golden brown snake had come out from under the hot ground. It was a hot day in July and the poet is reminded of Mount Etna in Sicily. He alludes to the smoking Etna, the volcanic eruption that killed a large number of people. These lines introduce the poet's inner conflict arising from the voice of his education, which tells him to kill the snakes. The poet says that according to what he has read or heard, black snakes are harmless, but gold-colored snakes in Sicily are poisonous. The echoes of his voice tempted him to kill the snakes if he were really a man. He repeatedly has an urge that he should take a stick and kill the snake. The poet sometimes gets thoughts of violence, while on the other hand he feels an attraction towards the snake. It's a beautiful picture of conflicting thoughts and ideas. The poet is fascinated by the snake's beauty. He confesses that he liked the snake very much. He was happy and honored that the snake had come as a guest to drinking water at his water trough and could return to his burrow peacefully after drinking water. He feels that snake is quite harmless and All it wants to do is to quench his thirst and depart peacefully. So he does not kill him. The poet feels as if he is coward who did not want to kill the snake. He thinks that he may have been fearful. The poet finds it illogical that he felt like talking to it. The poet felt honored that the snake had come to his place and had given the poet a chance to be hospitable. But still, somehow, in his subconscious mind, he feels that he should kill the snake. The poet thinks a lot about this interesting situation. He passes through the various colors of thoughts. These different colors add to beauty of the poem. The poet feels that he was no doubt scared of the snake, but actually he was honored more by providing hospitality to the snake who had come out from the secret dark door of the earth. The snake drank unaware of the poet and felt contented after drinking the water. After that, he raised its head slowly, just like other cattle, and moved its forked tongue as if he was licking his lips in satisfaction. Then he looked around like a god and slowly turned his head and very slowly started curving its long body. Then very slowly he begins to withdraw into his hole in the well from which it had come. The snake begins to withdraw very slowly and make his way to the dark hole. He puts his head first and then slowly draws up its shoulders and other body parts and goes deeper. At this point, a type of fear and protest overcome the poet against its systematically drawing into the fearful black hole. He does not want the snake to withdraw into its world of darkness. The poet protested against the leaving of the snake. So, quite instinctively, he put down his pitcher, picked up a log and hurled it at the snake. He threw it near the water tap where the water was collected. The poet thought the stick and not hit the snake, but the part of the snake that was still out of the hole moved violently and hurriedly. It twisted and moved like a flash of lightning and speedily went inside the black hole in the crack in the wall where the snake lived. In the hot afternoon, the poet kept looking at that hole, charmed with deep interest. For a moment, regret engulfed him. His instant reaction and emotions. The poet immediately felt sorry and repented his action. He felt his action was cheap, worthless, rude, and hasty. He hated himself and cursed the voices from within which had told him to kill the snake. The poet felt like the ancient mariner who had killed an albatross without any reason. He felt the same guilt and wished for the snake to come back again so that he would apologize to him. It visualized the snake as a royal king who had been vanished from its kingdom, or like an uncrowned ruler who has now ready to regain recognition and waiting to be crowned again. The poet feels by his mean action that he had lost the opportunity to be in the good books of the ruler of life, that means God. The poet thought he should make amends for his menace, so he utters regret and pardon in his last statement. He says that he missed the chance to welcome a Lord of life into his home and must apologize for his pretty behavior. Summary. The poem Snake reminds us of the fact that animals too have a right to live. We should respect all creations of God and never attempt to harm them. We should love all creatures. We should love all creatures made by God equally and must treat them well. It is our moral duty to respect and protect the right of other creatures. Man should not tamper with ecology and believe in the principle of peaceful coexistence. Okay, friends, it's time to say bye.